Welcome to Live Edge, episode number next. I'm Matt.
This is Mia. Oh, and I'm Amy.
Welcome to the show. Did I say episode number next? I think I did.
You did.
Tonight
I threw you off.
I was like, what is going on here? All right, tonight we're going to talk about the one thing that's holding you back from growing your business, and it's very simple. It really is very simple. But first, we got a Facebook community. If you don't know, it is called 731 Woodworks. If you go to facebook.com/group/731 Woodworks, you can join the 35,000 plus people there who are being nice to each other. And I say that because you got to answer 2 questions to get in. What's your favorite tool? And basically,
will you abide by
the rules, which is be nice and don't use foul language. And some people get mad when they get removed from that group because they're not being nice. And it's just, it's one of our core things we wanted with that group is for everybody to be nice to each other. It doesn't matter if there's 15 people asking.
You don't have to agree with each other.
You don't. No, there's respectful ways to disagree on different things. And it's wood. You know what I mean? Like, let's not get too riled up about it. But in the most part, we just ask you to be nice. Anyway.
Lane Tatum, I don't know how you put that beside your name, but that's super cool.
Every week we pick a sawdust spotlight. And this week, the sawdust spotlight from that group goes out to Thomas Reichard. You scroll down a little bit. He made this awesome farmhouse bed with storage underneath, the drawers, the headboard, the sliding headboard doors, barn doors on it. Just a fantastic build. Check it out.
Super cool.
Give him a
very
thumbs up
pretty. Very, very pretty.
Mail call. So we got a little bit of mail this week. Actually, we picked this up on location, some of it.
Paul said, I'm here, are y'all?
Yeah, we're here, Paul. So if you don't know, last week we took a trip down to Houston to Woodcraft North and Woodcraft South stores. The Solders was extremely nice to us, allowed us to come into their store, make some videos with some of their trainers or instructors there in their stores who do a dovetail, hand-cut dovetail instruction, as well as a jig and a hybrid method. Videos coming later on those. And then also another store where we did a bandsaw 101 video. And I think those will be very useful to a lot of people. But while we were there, they did hook us up with some hats, merch. We got a Saw Stop hat, a Woodcraft hat. And then while we were there, we met Wood Bully at the North store, a couple.
And their baby girl.
A young couple making some pretty cool woodworking projects. We appreciate them for coming out. Typically when we go do those, we do a little meet and greet. And they came down. And then, I don't get the name wrong. We also got this from Blue Fire Laser Engraving. You can follow him at Blue Fire Laser at Blue Fire Laser on Instagram. He gave us a mug. Or basically.
There you go. Don't know if it worked or not.
A tumbler with our logo on it. Thank you, man. We appreciate it.
It's so weird how it stayed blurry.
What?
It cleared for a second, and then it stayed blurry.
Also, Woodcraft hooked us up with one of their tumblers. So that's pretty cool. All right. We also met Mr. Jacob McCree, he and I have been talking on Instagram for quite a while now. Just a very talented young man making woodworking projects out of his garage. And he gave us this cross that he made. Thank you, Jacob. It's pretty cool.
Pretty cool. I'm actually going to, and this is a cool idea for those of you who want to do scrap wood projects. I actually took the cross and I told him, I said, it would be really cool. You could turn it sideways and it's still a cross and you could use it as a little shelf or straight up and down and you can use the sides. So I thought that would really cool idea for
he did a good job.
Scrap wood project. He was a very nice young man,
Very nice young man.
He missed school to come and see you.
Yeah, he did.
His mom is really sweet, too.
Well, we had an awesome time. We met some awesome people.
We really did.
Some of the people we talked to quite a bit on either Instagram or here on YouTube. We were able to meet them face-to-face. So if we ever come to your area and you have the time, we'd love to meet you. And it's not really about anything other than just putting faces to the names. And
we finally got to meet Damon.
Got to meet Damon. Mike.
Face to face.
Got to meet Mike. And
Frago, he does have a secondary camera to show it to you. He just can't make it work.
It's right here. I just forgot. I'm sorry. Check it. I can do it.
Let me see if you can do it. He's pushing buttons. Oh, look. There you go. See. Yeah, he's got it. I
didn't do it right.
He just forgot. Oh, Jacob's on here.
Hey, Jacob.
Awesome.
I can't find my other camera now.
Troublemaker Damon. Yes, Steph. Look, that's funny.
Also, just a reminder, next week, so if you've watched the sander video where I tested all the sanders, 14 different sanders, and figured out which one would be the best for most people, if you haven't watched it, go check it out. But next week, our channel members and patron members will be, they are entering the giveaway now to be able to win one of those sanders, and 2 of them I've chunked. The Win and the Skill that broke, I trashed them because they're trash. The Makita that shocks people, going to send that one back because that one was, something's wrong with that one. I'm not sure what's going on.
Michelle Booth wants to know, are you putting the Woodcraft videos on your YouTube?
Yes. They will all, there's 3 of them that's coming out now, and I'm working on another one that's a little bit separate, a little bit different, not instructional style, more of the Hater's Guide to Ryobi style, if you've seen that one. And so, yeah. Hey, Paul.
So, getting to meet some of you it's been so super cool to us. And somebody had asked us if we were going to continue doing that. Stephanie's on here. I want to meet you, Stephanie. We need to come to your area.
I agree.
We need to go like everywhere. We got to meet our Georgia Peach. We've gotten to meet Paul. Paul moved down here. We got to meet a lot of people.
We got to meet a lot. We met some amazing people.
Steph said, yes,
people.
please.
All right, so to the topic. The one thing that's holding you back from
Ryan,
growing
it was nice to meet you too.
your business.
Ryan's on here too.
Hey, Ryan. What's up, man?
He was there in Houston.
The one thing that's holding you back from growing your business, and what has held me back and still holds me back to this day,
is watermelon seeds.
Yeah. Wooden nickels. Well, actually what it is...
Oh, and Becca's on here. Yes, Becca.
You don't want to know, do you?
Yes, I just really want to meet everybody. I'm sorry.
The one thing that's holding you back, and me back, and her back, is fear of putting yourself out there. And what's stopping the business is fear of asking for the sale. And I talked to someone down, I don't know if you want me to say your name or not, but we talked about it pretty at length. When he was in Houston, he makes some amazing projects. Like, his skill level is out there. Like, it is nice. He can make awesome woodworking projects, but it's the intimidation of trying to put that out there to sell to people. Like, it's nerve-wracking sometimes that, well, am I good enough to do this? Am I good enough to sell this project? Or am I good enough to post videos online? Or am I good enough? It's one of those things that we psych ourselves out. And yeah, it's simple. It's simple, like, well, how can that be holding my business back? And it's just one of those things where if you don't ask people to buy your product, they're not going to buy it. It's similar to when I'm doing a video and I say, go check out our website, 730woodworks.com/store. We have easy to follow build plans to help you make awesome projects, or, anything like that. That's asking for a sale because I believe the product is good enough to ask for the sale. But every time I do that, I'm thinking, should I even do this? Should I ask for the sale? Mm-hmm. It's kind of like when we had the Rotens on, Eric and Ryan Roten from Make a Wood Sign. They said that when they go places, they take some of their handmade signs with them and carry them, like just in public. And somebody will say, hey, where'd you get that sign? He's like, I made it here, and then they talk about it.
It sounds kind of awkward almost when you think about it, but really it's not, because we wear shirts with the Nike swoosh, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, that's their way of having us carry their product for somebody else to look at and them to say, hey, where'd you get that shirt? Mm-hmm. It's the same kind of deal.
Yeah, everybody's advertising for other people. Like, I wear various different kinds of shirts you've seen on the channel, and like, it's basically advertising for that company. They have a message on them, which is why I'm wearing them. But yeah, you just have to ask for the sale.
Look at this one. Mm-hmm. Stephanie, you got me completely distracted. I love them.
Jacob McCree, yep. These Woodcraft videos are going to be nice. I've got 10 pro tips to help you cut, or 10 pro tips for better hand cut dovetails. We've got 3 ways to cut dovetails, and they've got a really unique method I haven't seen before. Some of you may have, I'm not sure. That'll be 2 separate videos. We also have a bandsaw 101. Basically, if you're new to bandsaw or you're interested in getting a bandsaw, it'll kind of walk you through everything you need to know about it. It's just these guys were extremely intelligent and knowledgeable in their area, which is awesome. That's one of the things I like about Woodcraft, is the fact that these guys that are instructors in these classes, like top-notch people. They know their stuff.
Brian T. said, I'm glad you said watermelon. It reminded me I have one to cut. That's the whole reason. It's the whole reason I said it, Brian. Mm-hmm. I mean,
Yeah. That's funny.
No, the Woodcraft stores, though, if y'all have not been to those, because I'm, she's
not a woodworker.
I'm not a woodworker. The Woodcraft stores are awesome. They really are. And the people there, they're
some of the friendliest people.
Yes.
Really knowledgeable about their tools, about their supplies, about anything. Like I think that's
so
what
cool.
makes them so unique. You walk in there with a question about wood, about finishes, about tools, about how to do a technique. Somebody in there or somebody that works for them will have the answer. They may not have it that day. Most likely they will, but a lot of times they have an instructor that will help you out. Like it's really nice.
I don't know. I just think that they're just really cool people. I really like Dara too. So if y'all ever go to the one in Houston and you see Dara, say, "Hey, Miss 731 says she likes you." If the maker fits, that's funny. Jim Harder likes your shirt. Short-term missions is a spiritual high. I like that.
Yep, that's cool. Yeah, Rockler too. A lot of Rocklers are well equipped and will be able to help you out there.
Ann McDonley said she's taken quite a few classes from Woodcraft and they're great.
I know a few people that have taken classes there, especially when they first get started, and it's helped them out a lot. And that's another thing about growing your business is growing skills. Like you can take classes like that or watch instructional videos online and help grow your business that way, just because you'll be able to up your skill level and then you'll be able to translate that into better projects, things like that.
Evidently, Damon is driving because he said he was finally at a red light and he could respond to Stephanie, "Nice job calling me a troublemaker," when I can't reply. LOL. Some of the coolest things about getting to go places like that is getting to hear the story of some of you, like Jacob. You know, his mom. Listening to his mom talk about him was super cool because, I don't know, you could just see how proud she was that he is just running with this. It's so cool to me. I don't know.
Thank you, Preston. I appreciate that. It's kind of like, so Jacob and Noah both are young woodworkers who are making a go at this with the tools they have and just trying to just do what they like. And they're doing a very good job. Like they have a really strong work ethics and like it makes you proud when you see young people doing that.
God is good. Woodwork says, "Fear holds me back for sure. Gravity holds me down." Yeah. You know, I'm very scared to start my own channel. Like, really, 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 really scared of it.
Yeah.
And I do this on Tuesday nights with him, and I see him doing it, and I see how easy he makes it all look when he's filming. But I also see
the struggle
of in here. But
no, these are my
terrified
video
of
ideas
it.
and notes, and
I understand. I mean, it's, you know,
Hey, PJ,
fear can be such a strong emotion.
Mike, I'm proud of you, man. Mike says, "Mr. 731, after I talk about my fear in Houston, I posted my pics of the turquoise nightstands. Those were beautiful nightstands."
Yay!
I almost immediately got other people interested. Despite my fear, they agreed to my price. That's what we're talking about. He ripped the Band-Aid off. Like I told you, he's like, just rip the Band-Aid off, post them and see what happens. What's the worst case scenario? Nobody comments on them. Post them, 4 people gets interested. They agree to his price. He's making money. If you're in the business of making money in woodworking, some people aren't. Some people just like making projects. And even if you're not trying to grow a business and you just want to just grow your skill or just grow your projects,
that's awesome.
Just start giving them away, giving them to people that you care about. They'll love your project. We've gotten multiple gifts of woodworking projects from people and love them.
Jason Priestler's on here.
Hey,
I don't know if Miss Ann's on here, but Jason is. So Woodcraft near me in Springfield, Massachusetts, conned me into buying the $15 pencil by Pika. He said, "I love it, though."
It's awesome. I like the Pika pencils.
And Becca says, "Fear can be crippling, unfortunately." And yes, it can. It can stop us dead in our tracks.
It's fear causes procrastination, which puts off what you're trying to go after. I will sit here multiple days and go through this list like, oh, that one's not good enough. That one's not good enough. Nobody's going to watch that one. Matter of fact, let me tell you a big fat story. The other day, I made a wind spindle sander review video, right? And I filmed it, had it edited by my editor, Chris, doing an awesome job. And I uploaded it to YouTube and left it as unlisted. You couldn't see it. Nobody could see it. It wasn't released yet. And I let it sit there. If you go back, I don't know if you can see it or not when I published it, but it was a month and a half old when I released it. I heard it was a month and a half ago when I reviewed the sander, and I just let it sit there. I was like, nobody's going to watch this. Nobody's going to watch this video. This video is not good enough. This is what I was getting at. And then I released it, and it got like 100,000 views in a week and a half. You know, we're almost, or not at quite 100, but it's getting up there. I'm like, what the? And then you think one's going to do gangbusters. I did the sander video. I was like, man, this thing's going to go awesome. It's a 1 million view video here. 14 sanders. Everybody's got to know that. It is terrible. It's done worse than 10 of the last 10 I put out. Like, you just don't know until you put yourself out there, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mr. Clark makes a really good point here. He says one thing that us older woodworkers face, or older workers face, is overcoming the health issues while we do the work called upon by customers.
Yeah, I could see that.
I can too.
Mm-hmm. You just have to slow down. I think you gotta pace yourself, because
thank you, Jim.
The older we get, the slower we get, and the harder things are on us. You know, physically, mentally, and so you just gotta pace yourself. Don't overbook yourself on that stuff. Ronnie Wagner, do you know a good book about facing fear? I'm thinking Burn the Ships is a good book for fear. Burn the Ships. I think that I'm gonna look it up.
You can look at it. Becca, by the way, says she that they sure love a big fat story.
I like big fat stories too.
PJ says, Miss Amy, I'm in the same boat. I want to start one for furniture flipping. I've been doing, but scared.
Do it.
I love furniture flipping.
Do it.
Furniture flipping videos do awesome, or I think anyway.
Do it. Do it, but do it this way. Okay, if you're going to do like a full video on it, showing how to do it or whatever, I don't know how your style is. If you want to do it that way, but also make those short videos where it shows the whole process in 60 seconds. Yeah. Gangbusters. Do the shorts, put them on the same channel. That'll grow channel faster than anything. Look,
I watch videos all the time of people literally pulling a rug out of mud or out of the trash and washing it.
She does.
Because it like shows something go from old back to new looking. The flipping videos I love. But yeah, I'm really scared. You know, Mr. Clark says fear is a liar and has no place in the heart of real overcomers. That's true. Fear is such
it is a liar, but sometimes we believe it.
But sometimes it's so hard to get past.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm trying to get past that.
All right, Lloyd, here we go. He asked about the Face and Fear books. Burn the Boats by Matt Higgins is a good one. Also, So Good They Can't Ignore You, Cal Newport is a good one. And The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz is also a good one. And Jeffrey Johnson is correct. The best book to read about facing fear is the Bible.
The Bible.
But I know Lloyd reads the Bible regularly. But those three are really good. Go check them out. That's why I like Audible. I got an Audible subscription. I get 1 credit a month, and I'll listen to at least one a month. I get 2 a month, and I listen to 2 a month. So while I'm working out, while you're woodworking, like that's how you read books. That's how you basically grow your knowledge in some other aspect, like growing your business. Just start reading business books. And I say read. I don't like to sit and read very much.
He does audio
on the airplane. I will, but other than that, audio, and I listen to them at 2x, so I get through them pretty quick.
2 Elm says, Will Smith has a great quote on fear. Danger is real, but fear is a choice. If you think of it as a choice, it's easier to conquer because you can choose to believe it or not. You know? The rug washing videos. I know, Steph. See,
come on now.
She says she's so addicted. Those things are, I love them. I love them.
It's because you start something and you have to see it finished. And so those, y'all just, what do they call it? ASMR stuff?
ASMR, yeah. Love those things.
Preston Schofield says, what's your diet, Matt? You're fit and full of energy. Well, I just changed up my diet, but and I'm starting to put on a few pounds. So I want to lose about 10 pounds. But she started me on, what's that stuff called?
OptiPack by Modere.
It's Modere is the name of the company that she buys these vitamin packs from. And it's basically omegas and vitamins and like it's just but anyway, I have felt a ton better since I started those things. And I also went to the doctor the other day and had ginormously high blood pressure.
These are supposed to
They were like, you're about to have a stroke or something, so you got to do something. And so I started on this stuff plus like a 5 milligram blood pressure medicine. Well, it's normal like the next day. So I'm thinking that I was just it was a cup of coffee, 2 energy drinks before I went to the doctor that caused the spike in blood pressure.
Yeah.
Anyway, as far as fit goes, I work out 5 days a week, and that'll give you more energy than any vitamin or anything like that. It's just getting moving.
High-end fountain pen. Paul Ellis, does anybody think 160 is too much for a high-end fountain pen? Let me tell you something about high-end pens. I actually looked at some the other day. These are not custom handmade like some that y'all are, you know, probably making. The pens I was looking at were like $700 and $800.
Good gravy.
So I think that $160 for a very high-end pen, if you're talking about turning one, I know it sounds like a lot, but for a high-end pen that you market the right way, no, I don't think it's too much because the ones I was looking at, when I was looking at them, I was like, those are really nice. I really wanted a really, really nice pen. And I saw the price of them and I was like, oh gosh, nope.
It's a house payment.
Oh, but if I could find one for like $160 that I still felt like was high end.
There's a lot of people that purchase high end pens for that price, Paul, right? Yeah, Paul.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's too high if it's made with the right materials and, you know, done the right way. No, that's not too high.
Oh, well, and Michelle makes a good point. Says, no, $160 for a fountain pen. It's pretty normal, but it better work.
Yeah.
I only know how to... Oh, wait, it skipped on me. For those of us that enjoy the old-time pens, it's worth it. See, that's where I was at.
Leonardo, sorry.
Becca, too funny.
Leonardo says, just starting up here in Canada, would you focus on small indoor projects or seasonal outdoor items, saturated market in both niches? What we did was I started with outdoor projects back in February or March area, and that lasted me all through the summer. And then by the end of the summer, then we would, after it took off, we made them all year, but we started with those stove covers, things like that, indoor items. And so you can do both, you know, especially in Canada. It gets cold up there. So when it's warm and good weather, I'm assuming this time of year-ish up there for y'all, I would definitely try to push that outdoor furniture. Jay Bates has a good, just Google Jay Bates outdoor chair set. He's got free plans for it. That's what I made. Those sell well. I sold several of those. We have outdoor plans on our website. You can check those out, and those do well too. So just that's what I would do.
H2 says, I love how you say pen as a 2-syllable word.
Pan. Ain't pan.
See.
Say it. I didn't even notice, I guess.
Because you're used to it.
Say it again.
I can't.
Why? It's like Metabo. How you say Metabo?
Metabo.
No, you said Metabo. She calls Metabos
I say Metabo. Every time he says Metabo, I say Metabo.
What were you looking at? That was $600.
A pen. Pen. You got to count it or do the. Douglas says, fear is a devil whispering in your ear, and it's a liar. Remember, you are God's masterpiece.
That's right, man.
Yep.
But, you know, it's easier said than done sometimes. I'm guilty of it. Very guilty of it every day. And some days it's easier than others to feel motivated and inspired, but discipline is better than motivation because there's going to be days you're not motivated to try to sell something or try to make something. If you need a break, take a break. That's just totally different. But it's like when I work out, every morning when the alarm goes off, I do not want to get out of bed. I actually told her last night, I was like, I wish we didn't have to sleep. Going to sleep sucks.
I know. He said that last night, and I rolled over in bed. I said, what?
It's such a waste of time.
Wow, I love sleeping.
I hate sleeping.
I love
then
that.
I don't want to get up in the morning. I would actually probably do better if I worked out at night. Anyway.
That's hilarious.
I don't want to get up every morning. Some mornings I'm motivated to get up. Some, but not many. Mostly it's just discipline to get up and go work out. And that's the same thing with business or growing your woodworking business or getting better at a woodworking skill. You know, if you're trying to learn how to do hand-cut dovetails, it may take you 100 tries to get them right. But the only way to get to that 100th try to get it right is to go through those 100. And it's the same thing with everything else.
Holy crap, Jim Harder. This is not the comment I was looking for, but he says, I almost bought sunglasses for $1,800.
Wow.
He said I was single then. That's funny.
That's funny. I got another name brand.
Yeah, I can't find the comment, but somebody was asking how often you change the oil in your mineral oil board bath.
No, about once a month or so. Like, it'll last a while. After you do several, it'll kind of get dingy looking.
Oh, it was Damon.
It's not really that bad. It's just like dust in there, basically, that's come off your boards. It doesn't go rancid. Like, it takes a long time to go if it's going to go at all.
Becca said if he wasn't single then, he would be after that. $1,800. That's a lot. I was looking at sunglasses today, actually, online, because the ones we had field day today, so I had sunglasses on outside, and I was like, these are not the ones I want. I want a different pair. And I was looking at some, I saw some for $300. I was like, good Lord, who spends $300 for this? So expensive. I was like, scrolling on by.
It just depends. Like, it's no different than buying a certain brand of tool that costs more than one that does basically the same thing.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things.
I thought my sunglasses were expensive, and they were like $120.
Mr. Mike says, on the subject of fear, I actually started showing random people and employees at the depot to get feedback on my builds. The paint lady ordered 2 of my planters. I wasn't even trying to sell. See? Mike putting a sale out there. Good job, Mike. Man, I'm proud of you. Proud of you.
Yellow Hammer agrees with you. He said, I so agree with you. I hate having to sleep.
I don't know. I just wish it, like, I told her, I was like, I wish if, like for rest or whatever, you could just lay down and like open your eyes and you're up. Like that.
See, I don't do naps or anything. Michelle Booth says she loves naps as an adult.
Yeah.
I actually have a cousin. I haven't talked to her in several years, but she has this. She went through something, and it's something about how to optimize your day or live the optimal daily life or something. And so, for a very long time, for years, she would lay down at a certain time every day, and 10 minutes later, an alarm would go off for her to get up, and she was able to lay down and go to sleep and get a 10-minute nap in every day. And it was supposed to optimize something. If he gets still, he's asleep.
Out.
Not me.
I'm getting sleeper sitting here. They were called Maui Jim sunglasses. You gotta look those up later.
Maui Jim? Wait, where'd he put that at? Oh, I think I saw some of the Maui kind. The Maui brand. Yeah.
Like I can get about 6-7 hours. I'm good. That's pretty much what I get. 6 minutes 30.
Yeah.
6 hours 30.
When I was looking at sunglasses today, I saw them. It was the Polarized Plus.
Sounds expensive.
Maui Jim.
Yeah, I've heard that Lane Einstein Micronet. The dude would be like, he would be awake for an hour or two, then he would take a nap for 20, 30 minutes, then he would be up for an hour, and then he would down for an hour. Like he just basically whenever he got sleepy, he lay down with sleep.
See, I'm yawning now. Damon, the most I'll pay for sunglasses is $20, and that's for over the glasses from Walgreens. I was really wishing I had a different one.
Justin says, here in Japan, everyone naps. He corrected later. Everyone naps during lunch. You can see them at job sites everywhere. That's funny.
That's funny. Paul Ellis, I have too much to do to take a nap. That's his problem. If he didn't have so much to do, he would take a nap every day.
Yeah, I mean, I could take a nap. And some days I feel like taking naps, and some days I don't.
All right. Steph says, everybody needs to give that like button a high five.
Kulaba says, I'm sorry.
Jacob's got sunglasses built into his regular glasses. He said it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Australia here, Kulaba. He says, how are you going about outlay schedule if your project takes weeks, sometimes a month to finish? Well, that's one of the main issues with trying to do project videos on YouTube is they take forever to build, and then they take forever to edit. They'll take triple the time to edit as they do to build. And so that's just one of those things you have to decide. If that's what you want to do, then that's okay. You're going to release a video a month or a video every 2 months. There's nothing wrong with that. But you could do shorts in between, maybe tips, tricks, shorts between the builds or something to help, put content out there. But yeah, it just takes a while. Mad
Dog 86 says, my kids make me nap when they're sweet and cuddly. I get that.
That's funny.
I get that. Michelle Cochelle said, heart naps.
Teeny Stip says, for years I contemplated starting my own YouTube channel. Fear was the culprit, but God is greater. At age 51, I recently rolled out and never too late. That's right.
That's awesome.
It's never too late. Good job.
Grant Butler says, same. I would love to nap. My wife takes a nap almost every day. I wish I had time for napping, especially this past weekend when I was up till 2 a.m. Saturday night.
Yeah.
Ugh. I remember when I was getting ready to have my first kid, and everybody kept telling me, they were like, okay, now, because first time mamas, they have to tell you everything. that everybody would say, whenever he sleeps, you sleep. When he's awake, you're awake. Y'all sleep at the same time and you stay awake at the same time. And I was like, yeah, that's not going to work for me. I don't sleep during the day. He took naps during the day, but he started sleeping all night right away. Second baby, same thing. She was about 4 weeks old when she started sleeping all night. That third one got here.
He ain't slept yet. He still don't sleep at night.
He's 21 years old now, y'all. He still ain't slept all night.
He gets up about 6 p.m., 6 p.m. at night in the evening, and then he's awake all night. It's just, we fought it until about 8th, 9th grade, and we was like, whatever, dude. Do whatever you're going to do.
Yeah, Damon, he said he doesn't care for the transition lenses. There's something I think you really have to get used to. There's one of the teachers I work with, she does them, and she loves them, and they're cool for her. Hey.
So,
you know what time it is?
Power tip time.
What time is it, Grant?
Power
David?
The power tip is rip the Band-Aid off. Whatever you've been delaying or putting off because of fear or because you don't think it's good enough or you're just doubting yourself, it's time. Today is the day. Today is the day. Rip that Band-Aid off or in the morning or whatever. But make a commitment right now. You can put it in the comments if you want to write it on paper and put it down. You're going to do it. You're going to start the project. You're going to, start your YouTube channel. You're going to get out there and do or start chasing your dream, whatever it is. Doesn't matter what it is. You know what it is. Just do it. Stop putting it off. You want to try to make your first sale or make a sale of the first project? Today's the day. Post it on Facebook tonight.
Yep.
All you got to do is put a picture on there, type a little description, bada bing, bada boom. You're in business.
Yep.
That's the power tip. All right, Three Nails Creation says, how did you finally decide to get past the final step of having a stable job, then doing what you felt God wanted you to do in his provision? Well, we prayed about it quite a bit. Matter of fact, if you've never read The Circle Maker by Matt Batterson, you got to read that book. Go read it. Buy it today.
It's such a good book.
So after we read that book, me and my Miss 731 here, walked outside, started walking around the house. I don't know how many times we walked, but we just walked all the way around the house. We was praying in a circle around the house for God to make this happen. And we did that, and I shamefully, I forgot about that for a while. And it wasn't just a couple of months later this happened. But there's a whole video. We didn't talk about that part of it. But if you go watch if you just search on YouTube 731 Woodworks Leap of Faith, you'll find the video. I think the thumbnail's like me in a trooper uniform and then me in a woodworking uniform. You watch that video and it kind of explains the whole detail of what we went through to get to where we at to take the leap of faith. But
hey, McMath.
The main thing is we kind of started planning for it a little bit in advance too. It wasn't just a total jump without any.
We put up a year's worth of living expenses. It took us a long time to do that, but we knew that if the time came where, well, not if, but we really prayed for it, and but we just felt like, sorry, right? Yeah, we just felt like it sounded worse than it was. It's this table.
So janky disc.
No, it's
so lightweight table you made.
We just felt like we were moving in that direction, and so we were trying to prepare for that direction. Mm-hmm. Just because
if things went real south, I'd be like, you got to go back to work, buddy.
Yeah. Well, just because you're taking a leap of faith on something doesn't mean that you can't prepare yourself for it either.
It's kind of like the preacher in the flood. Y'all heard that story?
Sending 3 boats.
Yeah. So the preacher, let me tell you real quick. So the preacher, starts coming a flood, right? The preacher, his wife, and the kids are in the house. Starts coming up into the house, so they climb up on the roof. Boat comes by and says, hey, preacher, get in the boat. We'll save you. He said, no, God's going to save me. Hey, the wife and the kids get in the boat, drive off. He's up there by himself. Second boat comes along the next day. The water's up to like the roof line. Hey, preacher, get in the boat. He said, nah, God's going to save me. He drive off. Third day, boat comes by. It's like up to his neck. Preacher, get in the boat. Now God's going to save me. He drowned. He gets to heaven. He's like, why didn't you save me? I sent 3 boats. And then one of those deals.
Yep. Sent 3 boats already, Sometimes we don't recognize the boat
when it's being sent. That's right. We don't recognize the boat being sent because we're too busy focused on what we want instead of what God wants. And so it's kind of one of those things that you just kind of got to be in prayer about and get good people around you too. That makes a huge difference. If it wasn't for her, there's no way I'd ever jumped. And she never batted an eye. Was never worried once. And she is a worrier. She's just like, whatever.
Mr. Clark, I do want to be grandparents. Us
Remain
to be
calm.
grandparents, just not yet. But we
got
are
pups.
we are honorary grandparents. We share. My sister has a grandson who is 6, and when he was born, she asked us to co-grandparent with her, and so I'm his nana. So, he come and stayed with us a lot when he was a baby and stuff. So we're honorary grandparents. But yeah, I would not mind any triplets or quintuplets or any of them. I wouldn't mind any of it. I don't know if y'all know this about me or not, but I love babies.
A lot.
A whole lot. And I'm really good with them. Really good. It does not scare me to be up with a baby or anything. I hear a baby cry somewhere and I'm that one that goes, oh, it's so sweet. I just want to hold it. What? You don't love babies.
Yeah, when they get toddler age, when you can, waller around with them stuff. But when they just sit there and poop and puke. I mean,
so Brandon wants to know if there are any little outlaws.
There's only dogs right now.
Just little dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All our kids are
We
grown.
have kids, but they're grown. Yeah.
H2, we love babies so much we had 8. That's awesome.
Oh, my goodness. No, Brandon, our youngest son is 21 years old. And then we have a daughter who's 24 and a son that's 25. Oh, Gentleman Prime, my wife is 11 weeks pregnant.
Congrats.
And I'm pretty nervous. Is it your first?
Congrats, gentlemen.
Yay.
That's awesome, man.
Babies are awesome.
If it's your first, when you hold a little rascal, I don't know what it's going to be, a boy or girl, you hold a little rascal in your arms, your world will change. You'll never worry about anything more than that. And your whole world changes.
Mike said I made you speechless.
Becca said change your name to H8 instead of H2.
That's funny.
That's hilarious.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, Becca said they wish they had 2. But you've got one amazing one. But I get it.
Lloyd says, he asked his mom why she had 7 kids. She said because she didn't want 8.
So I only wanted 2. And I had my boy and girl. And thought I was done. Met him. And my daughter was 10 months old.
Put the charm on her. Mm-hmm. How you doing?
My oldest one had turned 2 the month that he and I met. My oldest 2 are only 14 and a half months apart. And I was like, he didn't have any kids. And I was like, I don't want any more kids. And we got married. We were married for about a year. And he just wore me down on it and talked me into it. Took us a year to get pregnant. We had them. After we had them, I was like, what have you done? It's just crazy. First 2 kids were so good. And then this one came along. Whew. I have heard that, Becca. I've heard that from a lot of people that 1 is harder than 2.
Yeah.
2, they keep each other company. They distract each other. They just, I don't know.
Keep each other busy.
They keep each other busy. Ryan says they have 5. Phil said he has 4. They're 20, 13, 10, and 4. A 20-year-old and a 4-year-old.
Yep. 20-year-old, 13-year-old got babysitters. That's right.
You got babysitters. Yes, God is good. Something about the youngest, I'll leave it at that. Yes.
My dad had 9 brothers and sisters, so they had a big family. And all his brothers and sisters had a bunch of kids. And for the whole time I was growing up, he was the baby. So the whole time I was growing up, we had anytime, like, it would just be a random Sunday and 50 people would be at my grandpa's house right across the road.
He's not lying.
Like, it'd just show up.
Them outlaws.
Well, after my grandpa passed, all that kind of went away. But for years, like, we had family reunions a couple times a year, and Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas, like, everybody was coming to grandpa's house.
We didn't even call each other on birthdays. My family.
We just gathered. Just the way it was. I thought everybody did.
We did not. And so when he and I started dating and he started taking me to all this stuff, I was like, this is weird. I didn't grow up with that.
Welcome to Himalayas.
Yeah, I did not grow up with that at all. But I thought it was wonderful after, I got used to it. I actually miss that they don't do that now, but okay, what is 4, 3, 2, 1, but 7? Oh, okay. That's right. The B and G are boy and girl. 7. He's got the 3 girls.
Yeah. Well, honey, that's why my grandpa had 9 or 10 kids, farm hands. They all worked on the farm. Except for my dad. They always made fun of him.
PJ's baby girl graduated. Is graduating next week, and we'll be going to college at University of Alabama.
Congrats.
This fall.
Roll
Congratulations, PJ.
Roll Tide.
Yeah, my parents both come from really big ones, like lots and lots of siblings.
Was it PJ talking about the restoration stuff?
Mm-hmm. The flipping.
You got it. You got it.
Oh, I think you'd be wonderful at it. She'd be great at it. I have 5 brothers and 3 sisters. Are you swatting at things that we can all see, or just?
I don't know. I saw it. That's all that matters, I guess. Well, on that note, I hope this brought you some value of some sort, or a chuckle or something. So maybe I was thinking about asking Noah. Do y'all remember if y'all watched Noah's video? Just a super respectful young man. May get him on the show one of these days.
Jacob said, "Do you think Woodcraft would let me work there for a first job?"
All they can say is yes or no.
As soon as you're old enough, you need to apply there, Jacob.
Yep.
I think that'd be great.
I don't know what their age is, but I would certainly go in there and ask them. Say, hey, what's the minimum age I can start working here? And if they tell you 16 or whatever, I don't know what the age limit is in Texas, but 14, 16, whatever.
Oh, Yellowhammer, I'm so sorry. His daughter just started driving. Y'all pray for me and her, he said.
For sure. My daughter still can't drive.
It's bad. Mr. Clark said he was an emergency care foster to over 50 in 14 years. Oh, wow. He said, I think this needs to be the Outlaws' new adventure.
Nope. That is not my calling. I do not feel led to do so.
We have actually talked about that before because we have a lot of people that we know that do that sort of thing. And some have turned into, full-blown adoptions. I was adopted. And so we've talked about that kind of thing before. And at one time, I really thought I wanted to do that, but it's just not it's not our calling. Like he said, it's not. But for those people that do that, I think
it's amazing.
It's
amazing.
So cool. And so I have so many students that are in those, or in foster homes and stuff. And so we talk a lot. The students and I, so build them lots of kids' furniture. That's funny.
Well, we kept y'all long enough, I think.
We did.
We greatly appreciate you. We missed y'all last week a lot, not having a show last week, but Lord willing, we'll be back next week, next Tuesday, 7 p.m. at Central Time. That's what I was trying to say. If you don't have anything to do after the show, you can go check out one of my other videos, and that helps the channel quite a bit, actually, if you check out a video after this one. And just go, wash dishes or whatever while it plays if you don't want to listen to me. Thank y'all.
Thanks. Have a good week.
See ya.